What's up, everybody? We back at it again. This is Sweat Equity episode 4. I am your podcast producer, Audio Jones, and I'm here with the marketing guru,
Mr. Abebe Lewis. Man, we here just checking out the vibe, seeing what's going on today. There's a lot of things going on in the news. There's a lot of things happening with business and with the music business. It's a lot of new things going on, a lot of AI. Music.
Let's kick off the good news. Trick Daddy event sold out.
Yeah, sold out. Trick Daddy event. We talked about it on the last episode, and it's already sold out. And it's actually, I would say, it's a little ways away because it's May 16th. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, that's right.
I think it's packaging. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cataloging artists like the Trick, like the Trina, who has all these like we say sweat years lined up. You know what I'm saying? Because Trina sold out last year also on the same event. We used a different orchestra, but she sold out closer to the date. This is like selling out almost 2 weeks before.
Are you able to give up? Obviously, there's going to be other guests.
Yeah, you got some big special guests coming through. I can't talk about it, but but the whole thing about it is the fact of it is packaging. Like people want to hear Trick in a different way with the orchestra, with the band, with touring. People like to dress up. You know what I'm saying? And see an artist in a different form, because what people don't understand is an artist grows.
Which record you most excited to hear in orchestra?
Probably like I'm a Thug, because it has like a live kind of feel. I don't know.
I can see it. At first, I was kind of like, damn, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he had another one. He had an old school one.
Okay.
This game wasn't told to me; it was sold to me.
That would
you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. That's my answer. That's my answer. That's my answer.
People like you got the crossover Trick records that went pop and went big, but then you got the records that just they're people like you're looking at like, man, this record got like 10 million streams. I don't even know who's listening to it, but it's people's favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like those album cuts that really can talk to you, and really you can listen to it in a different format and put those things in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
I would say if you're not from South Floridian, not just to regionalize it, but I mean, he was our Jay-Z without a doubt.
100%.
Recently, we saw the trend thanks to AI. Everybody was doing their Mount Rushmores.
Oh yes.
Give me your foundational. You're a politician.
Yeah. Format. You know what I'm saying? Because then you got the rap. If you're talking about like overall Miami,
I would say foundational hip hop, and then we can talk about.
Of course, you got groups like 2 Live Crew. Of course, you got KC and the Sunshine Band.
Well, let's just keep it to hip hop.
Estefans. You know what I'm saying? Those people kind of kick the door down. For the next generation. You know what I'm saying?
But let's go hip hop, foundational hip hop acts. You name 2 to me.
2 Live Crew, 1000%. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And when you say 2 Live Crew, I can't say one name. You know what I'm saying?
You got to put them all together.
You got to put them all together because, Uncle Luke, he did his thing. But Marquise was an ill lyricist.
I went to school with Christopher Wan. I went to school with one of their sons, and Joel C. Good.
The DJ, I mean, Chris Wan was the first Asian rapper. If you look at it like from that perspective, he was the first Asian rapper that actually went big. Name me an Asian rapper before him. There was none. You know what I'm saying?
He was Asian. I know he looked Asian.
Island, but he's still Asian.
That's
just like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got Mr. Mix, ill DJ, producer. Like what they did was.
All right, so
how do you say no one?
Remember they went to Congress. That's why we got the parental advisory.
And then they should be looking to them for the Hall of Fame of music. You know what I'm saying? Because what they did and what they introduced was controversial. To this day, they're still touring. You know what I'm saying? I still consult with them, and they're still touring. Shout out to Little Joe Records. Shout out to Debo. Shout out to Mr. Mix. They're still touring. It's this tour called I Love the 90s.
They don't got a Hollywood star yet?
No, they ain't got a Hollywood star either. Or a street named after them here in Miami. You know what I'm saying?
That's a travesty.
Yeah, it's a lot of different things that that could be done for our legendary Miami groups. That's why what Keon Hardman was doing, I kind of liked it.
What
You know
you say
when he was renaming the streets and everybody was like, oh this, oh that, but at least he was keeping the music alive. You know what I'm saying?
Are they the pioneers of Miami bass?
I would say that.
Okay.
I would say that. It's a little bit people that before them with the DJing, but actually packaging up and selling it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can have a great idea and everybody can have a great song. You can have a lot of great things, but how do you package it and actually sell it? How do you turn it into something viable to sell, to make money from? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are, like I said, they're great artists, great rappers, great writers. But how do you now take my talent and be able to make money from it? You know, and that's what a lot of people have a problem with, you know.
Well, since you on groups, are you throwing Poison Clan up there?
Poison Clan, definitely.
Poison
Clan up there, and through Poison Clan, you had the pick it up guys. Yeah, JT Money. Pick it up. I like that song a whole lot. I heard they were from New York, but they got Miami. You know, they came to Miami and got with the. I know it's the Drugs and Debonair. I forgot they.
I gotta go tap in. Yeah. If I hit a song,
that was like a time when you know, it was like a lot of independent music. Miami was like shaping its sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shaping its sound to be able to like come out with a booty song and then come out with some shorts for a young lady to purchase it and buy it because she wants to wear those
Daisy Dukes,
different things. We didn't understand
Dukes
that we gonna have the merch, that we gonna have the this, that we gonna have the that. We just selling culture. You know what I'm saying? That we were so lucky to be in a beautiful place like Miami. So when we did shoot our videos and, you know, the girls was there, the beach was there, the jet skis, all that stuff, the motorcycles, the cars, all that stuff was already here. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we had to fly from another place to come shoot a video here and all that stuff like that.
They say we in the top 3 when it comes to women.
No, 100%. Women, events.
Nightlife,
like so many different things that we are, you know what I'm saying?
So, Two Lot Crew, you put Poison Clan.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely
how many was it? 4
definitely
people.
Pitbull.
Well, I would put him in a different class.
I don't know, because, man, Pitt, he wasn't.
No, well, not to take him away from
Pitt, Flo, Ross.
See, I put Trick with.
I can't do a Mount Rushmore because it's so many people. I can't sit there and do 4 people. I can't do it.
Let's say sophomore would be Pitt, Trick, Ross.
Say sophomore because these are heavy dudes. Trick selling out right before the stuff. A lot of people can't do that. Pitt, FIU Stadium, speaking engagements, own vodka companies, and I can't. It's hard because the way I look at music and business is different. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could say that certain artists here that were old school that were great artists, but maybe didn't do their business properly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Do they belong up there? Maybe for the talent. But it's just a lot of different variables when you talk about success.
You mentioned Betty Wright, right?
Yeah.
You know, Rushmore. And if the Rushmore in terms of context, we already know we're talking about South Florida and Miami. What would be the context for her to be? Because trust me, I know who Betty Wright is.
Yeah, you got Betty Wright, Gloria Estefan, Casey and the Sunshine Band. You got Inner Circle. You got like a lot of those groups that laid the foundation. I mean, did these clubs.
Sterling?
Michael Sterling that did these clubs. But when you say Michael Sterling, you got to come from the Inner Circle and the Loop perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be so talented. You could be the most talented person in the world, but if you don't have the proper team or the proper things in order to actually monetize and make you that person, it's almost like now they have all these 3-on-3 leagues coming for basketball. You know what I'm saying? With different aspects. You know, got to be a super NBA player. You got the big 3, NBA starting the 3 league.
Okay,
it's just different things. Okay. Now the opening up a whole new sector for like basketball influencers or people like Lethal Shooter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like all those different type of openings, you know, and then when you see those openings, you got to understand it. Like, oh, Lethal Shooter Lethal Shooter knows what he's doing with content. You know what I'm saying? So he knows how to put it out there. At the same time, he's getting the proper people to get into content with him. You know what I'm saying? But he knows how to turn what he's doing into a profit. And a lot of people don't know how to do that.
But you the son of Jamaica, you know, Kingston.
Yes.
Right. You know, and we were discussing about Mount Rushmore, and I was very surprised because if you would ask me dance hall Rushmore, I'm going Elephant Man, Sean Paul, Beanie Man. But then I did my research, and then here comes Yellow Man. Ninja Man. And I was just like, whoa, hold on.
Foundation. But then here comes Vibes Cartel coming out of jail, breaking all these records. You know what I'm saying? With shows and concert ticket sales and all that. But it's opening doors back for that type of music.
Right.
That Afrobeat was the one that was doing that. You know what I'm saying? So Cartel is actually repping for just dancehall reggae period by ticket sales. He's not talking. He's showing you with the numbers. That somebody calls a arena that it's hard to get, and they say, "Hey, I got Vibes Cartel. Hey, patch them through." You know what I'm saying? But if you may say some other acts, like, you know what I'm saying, because they're gonna look at your track record, they're gonna look at your last 4 or 5 shows, how many tickets you sold. They're looking at your Spotify and looking at your different things, your airplay. They're really looking at your ticket sales. At the end of the day.
Hard ticket sales.
Hard ticket sales.
1,000%. I'm glad you said that. Metrics are such a big part of you landing these opportunities and brand deals, but the most important will be your profitable sales, your sales of those hard tickets. If you sell tickets, you're getting booked.
And it's just to make it make sense with like what you're aligning yourself with your next 4 or 5 years and seeing where it's going. Where it's going with music. Okay, here we go with the soul music now. Where them fans at? And you know, that new type of soul dance music coming out of Atlanta, Georgia, Alabama area.
Is that Southern
Soul?
Southern Soul.
It's really expanding. Like I see artists here, like Ball Greasy, he's doing his research on it and messing with it a little bit. So because they know that's where it's transcending to, but also it's going in that direction where people are putting products with these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're putting the fans sale, not have to do with music. They're putting the cowboy hats, the belt buckles. The men and women want to be super in shape to wear those tank tops. And
does the Cupid shuffle fall in that?
Yes, that was the beginning of it.
Okay.
Even Marcia Griffith's electric slide. You can feel it. It's electric.
Yeah, you're gonna hear that every wedding.
100%. Just like now it's the soul music coming in with that, because now the promoters are making money. The label sales are making money. The merch is making money. That's how you know you got something good, when it's a full circle of money, of products, of things that can be.
It's an ecosystem.
It's an ecosystem. Afrobeat had an ecosystem. Vibes Cartel is bringing back the ecosystem for dancehall, and the soul that has a growing ecosystem because people are interested in what it's about, what it's doing. And that's when you got to do your research. And that's what sweat equity is. You got to put your sweat equity, your time and all that into what you're doing to see if it makes sense for you, because your payoff for your sweat equity is not going to be something that happens like right away. You know, it's going to happen maybe 4 to 5, then maybe even 10 years later.
Subscribe to subscribe to the metric of 10,000 hours.
I like that 10,000 hours thing, but I just
you think it's more than that?
It's not more than that, but it's just a discipline. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it's a mindset.
It's a mindset. It's like I can play basketball for not play for 2 years, and once I get the ball, I already know what to do because I put those hours in already of how to play. You know, and as you get older, okay, I'm young, I'm playing with speed and talent and this. I'm in the middle ground. In my 30s, I'm playing with speed. Now as you get in your 40s, now you like strategy. You know what I'm saying? Basketball strategy. Okay, I'm coming down. I'm not going to exert all my energy. Let me look at my team. Okay, he can shoot a 3. He could play defense. He's a young guy. He's quick, and he's this. Okay, let me see how to utilize all these people. You know what I'm saying? And make them the same thing. That's why when I'm on the court, I always reference business to basketball.
Right.
Point guard, shooting guard, 3, 4, center. You know what I'm saying? Rebounding. Who shoots the ball best? Where's your best position to shoot the ball? Where's your timing? Where's your this? Where's your, you know what I'm saying? It's just
so in that sense, even with the 10,000 hours you may have to be, let's say, upper echelon in terms of the skill set that you have, there will be a threshold where you're gonna have to learn a very essential skill, which I assume you're referring to as leadership.
Leadership, yeah. Or being able to speak up on the court. Like when I'm on the court, some people like to play with me, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we gonna win. We gonna win. And it's not by any means necessary. We gonna win fair. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna win because I'm gonna be very vocal with my team. I'm gonna talk to my team. You open and grab that. Yo, defense, yo, grab that. Yo, do that. You know what I'm saying? Put that. Yo, you, good shot. Like before my teammate even he shoots the ball before he even leaves his hand. I'm like, money. You know, so because you just gotta.
It's words of affirmation.
Put in his mind so he just feels more confident. To be confident, you got to know, you got to make people around you confident. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always through money, because you may not be the money guy. You may be the motivational guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That might be your role.
That may be your role, but it's a big role. Just like everybody makes fun of LeBron and Bronny. If Bronny's gonna get better and develop, and on top of that, he's making one of the best players in the league a better player, why not put him on the team? You know what I'm saying? That's only is growing my brand. And Bronny's backing it up with numbers, because from what I heard, he made the Lakers have made about $5-10 million just off his jersey sales. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure those G League games are way more packed. You know what I'm saying? Because he's playing. It's attraction mixed with business.
Let's stay on leadership, because leadership, team dynamics, these are the differences between successful endeavors as independents. How do you navigate communicating to somebody on your team when they're potentially underperforming, either through lack of skill, or how do you go about communicating and mitigating intervening in the process?
Definitely. That's a real good question, because hey, sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I can't be abrasive and turn up. Or lately I've been being more strategic with the things that I say. Not to try to pimp people and get what I need out of them, but at the same time, it's going to benefit them also. You know what I'm saying? But just me being in a different position may look different to them, in a sense where they may feel like I'm using them, or they may feel like what am I getting out of this situation? But they don't understand the near future. I got vision. You know what I'm saying? I can almost I feel like I can see the future when it comes to certain things. Absolutely. Because I know what the end goal can look like if you put this time and effort into this. I'm no ghost. I can't see the future, but I just know, like you said, if you put so many hours into something, you're gonna go become an expert, to become better at that situation, to win.
And sometimes that comes off as abrasive. But what it really is that I have so much experience. I've been here before. I already know where you're going with this. And sometimes it may come off short. I mean, sometimes it's not the nicest way. Is because I know where we're going.
Okay.
We're not guessing. We're not. This is not practice. We're playing.
That's what I always say. It's not rocket science. First of all, if you can pick 5 or a couple of people that was in your same position that made it out, what were the things that they did? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to basketball, you can pick somebody new, somebody old. Look at their work ethic. Look what time they get up in the morning. Look what time they do this. Look what time they do this. When it comes to baseball,
so you study the greats.
You study the greats. You know what I'm saying? That's how you really understand.
Who are huge influences for you as far as an executive? Like, obviously I got a bunch of people that I could look to, especially because you spent so much time in the music industry. Are those influences or mentors only in the music, or are you looking at more dynamically?
Yeah, but I'll name some music guys who I really, really, really respect. That really are cool guys and are really successful in music and out of music. Okay. You know what I'm saying? One, I want to say, God rest his soul, Shakir Stewart. You know what I'm saying? He's the guy that signed Ross and brought him that deal, Jeezy, and all that stuff. Shakir was like such a dear friend, and he taught me along with doing business with me. You know what I'm saying? And I respected that so much from him, man. Like, he showed me things and taught me things. Don Poole.
I got to perform for him. He didn't sign me.
There you go. You know, Don Poole's another one who owns
I'm
a
not
Brooklyn
familiar
Chop
with it.
House. He's the one
Okay.
that manages Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
Very great businessman. Don Poole is excellent. My boy Breon Prescott, I got to give him a shout out. He's
Okay.
done so much in Miami, and he's helped so many producers and studios by, you know, the economic development, the economics that he bring to Miami. You know what I'm saying? With the projects that he may have, and you know, the Craig Cowman who signed my dad. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with him, but I just, you know, his movements. You know what I'm saying? And just the different things, because you know, things are different back then to now, but a lot of the groups that he signed are still selling to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're still doing well. Maybe they're not under his umbrella, but they're still doing well. And I got a couple more, but I can't think of them right now. But those guys right there are some great guys
in the industry.
in the industry of music to follow, to see what they're doing, see who they signed, why, in a sense, watch interviews on them, because a lot of those guys don't interview. You know what I'm saying? A lot. You know,
I've never seen Kirk Cowan.
Yeah, no, I've seen him a lot because of my dad. So,
but when you say they don't interview, I was like, I don't know what he looked like.
Yeah, but that goes to show you they try to keep their, you know, everything in their knowledge.
Oh, back in the day,
because they're not, they didn't come up in this era of just putting all your cards on the table. Like everybody wants to know everything about you and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and just like not everybody gotta know everything. You know what I'm saying? Social media is a gift and it's a curse at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
It's such a it's a weird paradigm for me, especially somebody who works in marketing and branding, because I'm constantly working on social media content strategies. But myself, I only consume for research. Outside that, I'm in the present, in the real world, you know, and I'm talking to people and asking questions and trying to get the information from real people in real time.
Real time.
So
that's why I always try to like explain everything I do, like what I offer. Like under the Abebe Lewis marketing and branding group umbrella, there's a lot of different layers.
You have a very people, your approach. And what I had to appreciate and learn was like, oh, man, you can sit in an office and press a lot of buttons, but you're out and you're talking to people and you're networking. And that, from a traditional, is something that I don't think ever goes away.
Yeah. That's why I said there's different layers to what we do. And I being out there, I saw the need for all these different layers. So we have the Abebe Lewis marketing and branding group, right? Right there, the marketing company. We help you market your show, market your artists, market your festival, market your brand of speakers, your console, your so many different things that we have. You know,
y'all supply the equipment.
Yeah. So you got the marketing, Abebe Lewis marketing and branding group. Then under that you have Big Sound, BIGGZOUND, which is our sound company.
Okay.
Where we can do concerts for you. You know what I'm saying? We could put together your sound, your stage, your lighting, your production aspect of a baby shower all the way to a 20,000 people concert, you know? So that's where now we got the overall Abebe Lewis marketing and branding group. Then you got the marketing. Now you got the shows. You know what I'm saying? Then under that, we'll help you book the artists that you need, because we have a good, you know, booking. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can put your festival together. If it's a country festival, we know all the country artists. If it's a reggae fest, of course I know all the reggae artists. Hip hop, from trap to old school to new school. It's like, how you gonna position it? We have the LED walls. I got the speakers, the hanging speakers. I got the subs. I got I got everything. And then from there, we got Circle House Studios. So we can record you. And there's so many different ways to record you when it comes to just recording. Like I keep telling people, you can have an old album that already came out that's doing decent, re-record it live. Do a live version of that album and then film it with us, giving you content, putting stories in between it. Now your old album has just turned into a documentary series or turned into unplugged. But it's just so many different facets, but everything equates back to entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And in each one of those components, you can make money with the proper consulting. You know what I'm saying? I just gave you a concept to redo an album, doing it live. You know what I'm saying? And filming it. And then putting meetings in between that. Then on top of that, now on another one of my companies, me and Tyrone right here, Audio Jones, have partnered up, and now we're doing podcast production and promotion. You know what I'm saying? Where we could come to you, set everything up, get your show together for you, create. Shannon Sharp and these guys are making $100 million, $1 million worth of game. Cameron,
Go look at
the numbers.
Go look at the numbers.
It's like streamers are doing actually somewhat better than artists.
Not
you know what I'm saying? They are because they're controlling the whole thing of like breaking the artists, and they're doing all the other stuff. So it's just, how do you figure it out? Because when I look at what's going on in the world and I see Ja Rule and Ashanti and Sean Paul and Fat Joe and everybody going out and they're doing more shows they doing now than back then. You know what I'm saying? Two Live Crew's been a part of this tour called Out of the 90s tour for like 5 years, bro. It's them, Vanilla Ice, Tone Loc. It's crazy. Two Live Crew. Inner Circle's been touring over 50 years, bro. They've been in the business. They ain't stopped because worldwide good music, you can find these festivals. You can find these old school festivals, these 90s, and you know what I'm saying? When music was really viable and you really was making money. You're really making money now, but it's nothing like a stream to $10.
Yeah.
Purchase or a $2.99 single, you know?
The one thing I feel bad for new talent, and maybe it's too early for me to make that judgment, but legacy acts have a investment in equity in decades of experience, which allow them to tour for their lifetime. And I'm hoping to see that this new generation, with the way that technology is, that they'll still have that opportunity. But you know, we'll have to see.
We gotta see. We got tours like my boy Leo. He does like the Funk Fest and all that stuff like that, where he grabs like the older artists and a little bit like he'll do a Plies, he'll do a Jeezy, but he'll do a Charlie Wilson and he'll do a Keith Sweat. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how 20 years from now those lineups are gonna look. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
for the next generation. Not to diss any of the artists. I'm just curious.
Nah, I just want to see what it looks like.
I'm just curious.
Because the freestyle concerts.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see how those lineups are gonna look on those
and in 20 years. So
20 years and doing different things. Look at the Millennium Tour. So much of a success. Bow Wow, Trey, Pleasure, Ross. It was just that feel good time of music. And not to say these other acts can't do it, like these newer acts, but
it's just technology.
It's just like it's that time when people had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like that Bow Wow era and that Trey era and that Amarion era. You know what I'm saying? Do you think the era of the superstar? I was actually speaking about this on another podcast. Where we talked about the superstar, because he brought up Justin Bieber. Yeah.
And he was like, do you think there'll be another Justin Bieber? And I said, it's a weird question, because there's probably 1,000 Justin Biebers to a bunch of people. But if you're talking about Justin Bieber in the context of how we see super celebrity, I don't know if we get it. I don't know if we get that again.
I don't know, because we may get that in the form of a streamer like Kai Cenat. Maybe Kai Cenat is our new Justin Bieber because it has evolved. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just music, it's personality. The kids are the kid Speedy, who's traveling and doing all that other stuff. And I love it. I love what they're doing, because they're bringing a new energy. It's something to watch. It's something fresh, and it's something new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the same time, and these kids seem like they got a good, like, at least Speedy and Kai seem like they
figured it out.
You know what I'm saying?
They figured out. William Morris. You know, they figured it out.
Yeah.
They going and grabbing up these.
Now they're doing podcast tours. Now they're doing podcast tours. I see Shannon and Ocho coming here.
Exactly.
Cameron, them should be here if they didn't come already. I think this week or next week with the Asian Art Center.
It was pre-pandemic when I starting to see the shift.
Yeah.
And I started seeing how content started to diversify, when I knew, I was like, oh, this podcast thing gonna be. It ended up becoming bigger than I thought it was going to be.
I'm telling you, podcast makes me understand things. Like, I can sit down and watch a podcast with a Caribbean person on it, a white person on it, and a black person on it. Once they're all educated and they have a logical conversation, it's the greatest thing, because it makes you understand. Because when you understand marketing, and even when it breaks it down to your festivals, that's why everything I just named under my umbrella works along with marketing and promotions. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing a festival, it's good to come up with a podcast talking about the festival. You know what I'm saying? Attached to it, on top of doing your radio buys.
That might be something they got to get in the consultant.
Yeah, but that's why they got to call us. I always say this, right? Here's what. If you work with Abebe Lewis, you know you hear this saying. Everybody makes chicken.
Everybody makes chicken.
But then some restaurants, like the Raising Cane's and the Chick-fil-A's and the
Dave's Hot,
the La Granja, but everybody make chicken. But certain restaurants are just so packed. Just like when you get off the plane in Jamaica, they want to go KFC, Magana KFC. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a whole thing with the chicken. In Jamaica, it's still one of the best in Jamaica. But what I'm saying is like, it's just the fact of just making those decisions and just thinking.
Yeah. It's there's rarely anything new under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like to tell people all the time, like especially when I'm dealing with clients, and it was like, because I don't get into a lot of negotiation. I keep it very simple. It's like, you have a problem, I can help you fix your problem.
Yeah.
We just need to make a decision as if I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna go spend it with somebody else, and we need to figure out if we make a good partnership.
100%.
And that's basically what you're saying. It was like, you're gonna get chicken, just.
What do you vote for? You know, Dave's Hot, which is new, or you want Raising Cane's, or you want like it's just. But you see those lines longer than the others, and that's why I said sometimes I can give away game because I feel like they can't do it like me. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
They can't do it like me. They didn't grow up in Miami where I could do a festival and diversify the festival where I can get Haitians, Jamaicans, and people and.
Tap into different brands for sponsorship.
100%. Do a contest where we make it about kids. When it's about kids, it kind of separates that whole other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a kids talent show, a kids American Idol. You know what I'm saying? Where now it's more talent driven than what ethnicity or what culture you are.
You get to operate in the abstract from the traditional. I was doing a conference call today, and no, this wasn't a conference call. It was after the podcast, and they were letting me know. They was like, man, we've been talking to a lot of marketing companies, and there was a lot of parallels, but there was something unique in what you introduced. And what I made clear was a lot of people are going to sell you vanity and say, I can get you these numbers. I can get you this amount of engagement. And very specifically what I communicated was, well, none of that really matters to me. It was more important about what are the systems you're using to build a community, the people that are going to love you for you. Yeah. 1 second, guys. As you can see, we do this in real life. Yeah. A brief intermission. Very, very busy men. Tap in. The calendars are filling up. I'm not just saying that just to say that. The reality is, if we could serve 1 million people, that would be amazing. But that's not realistic. For me to give everything that I have, which is what you're gonna get, and everything that he has, which is what you're gonna get, I can't spread it across 1 million people. We need the right partners that we can build that relationship, because we want you to get your return on investment every time.
Just think of just niche marketing. It's all about niche. Like, you see 50,000 podcasts out there. What's the difference in my podcast? What am I doing different? Where's my question answer situation? What am I concentrating on? Is it business? Is it sports? Is it young sports? Is it mental health? Is it, you know what I'm saying? It's just where the funding and the money lies to where you think of what you're going to talk about. Then you need to have the charismatic attitude. You need to have something about you that the people want to see. If it's a knowledge thing, if it's so many different concepts of things, if it's like, you know, teaching somebody how to shoot basketball, teaching somebody how to learn AI, teaching somebody how to do this, or it could just be a fun podcast or a joke podcast, like different types of things that and times I listen to different things. Like at nighttime, I want to hear all that foolishness that's going on in the streets with and whack 100. I watch that stuff at night just to pick up. I mean, it's like 2, 3 in the morning when I'm just I tap in and stuff. But in the morning, I want to hear uplifting. I want to hear motivational. I want to hear my as they say, my mind is in that beta mode to absorb all this great knowledge to now put it into more of my day. Make it make sense.
That's that delta.
That delta mode.
So, you know? So you tapped into Myron Golden?
What's that? And I don't know what that is. Yeah. So I love learning. I got to get on my AI and my AI stuff, but I love learning.
Why we partnered?
Said so, you know what I'm
partnered up.
saying? That's why I kind of break everything down for them so they
Yeah.
can understand. Because sometimes with business, people see you and they talk, they don't even know how to come at you with different things. That's why I kind of put it in different tiers so they can understand. Hey, I'm trying to get my podcast off the ground and done. Man, we got the equipment, we got the marketing, we can write you a business plan. Oh, I need to get my concert. I'm doing a concert, a show at this park. I need sound, stage, and lighting. I need help my vendors and booking. Hey, we right there for you. Hey, man, I got to record my ebook. I got to record a new song. I got to do a choir. I got to do this. I want to record where all the big dogs record. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I need marketing now. I need consulting. I need to sit down and be strategic. I'm Jamaican. I'm Latin. I'm this. I'm that. How can I capitalize on this? Well, let's start from here. Let's do something health. You may be a rapper or a singer, and I'd be like, you know what? Let's do some workout stuff. You know what I'm saying? To really bring a different side.
I love that.
You gotta have you gotta think differently.
It can't just be a song.
It can't just be a song because everybody got a song. It can't just because everybody got everything. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because I was that podcast I did this morning with a Pastor Troy from Potential Church, and this is somebody who's not in the music industry.
Yeah,
and he was just like, "What if their song is like really good?" And it was like I could sit here and be like, "Oh man, if it's a good song, good music, you hear like a good song." Back in the day, we was like, a good song is gonna go.
Yeah.
And I had to really let the pop the balloon. And there's a lot of good songs.
Yeah,
there's a lot of amazing music out there that goes unheard. If you look at the numbers, and y'all do the homework, drop them in the comments. Go look at how many songs are not streamed via Spotify on a daily basis, and then go look at how many songs are uploaded. And then if that don't give you context on
the Spotify for new artists, and it's really tough, man. It's really tough. There was things that you could do as an upcoming artist back then with the music stores because at least people gathered there. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like going to a winery or going to anywhere else.
Coffee shops
now. Coffee shops. Or it's just different in the way you have to market yourself because your payout may not be the music business. Your payout may be something that's adjacent that you're working on along with the music. It could be a microphone company that you have, but you're a rapper.
Right.
It could be a chair company. It could be a sock company. It could be toothpaste. People don't look at the things that people really, really need. They look at them being the food critic, where it's 90,000 food critics.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
I want
90,000 food. I'm not saying I have a problem with it, but you know what I'm saying? We just got to figure it all out and understand there's a need for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Let's role play. I'm independent artist, 9 to 5, but I sing better than Usher.
Yeah.
That's what they told me. I'm going 15-minute consultation.
What do I tell you?
What do you tell me?
First and foremost, I'm going to figure out where you work at. If you work at Wendy's or you work at a fast food place and you can sing like Usher, I'm going to I don't know who your boss man is.
Yeah.
But integrate some stuff while you're making some burgers, dog. Integrate some stuff while you're giving the client some food.
Yeah.
Now on social media, you're known as the singing five guys guy. Now when you're making a burger, you like, oh, burger. And then when you pack it up, you hand it to the guy and you and you finish the song. So now your boss is seeing people come to the burger place just for you to sing and them to buy a burger from you. Now you're selling 50 more burgers a day for your boss. And he's like, yo, here's the value in that. Now, sweat equity and the value. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm his boss. Now I met the owner of Five Guys. And now he says, yo, this is the guy that came up with the concept and idea that we're sitting. I'm singing it, but he came up with the concept to sell you 50 more burgers. And the guy's like, the owner's like, come to my office. You have any more ideas?
I love that.
Well, he's like,
I love that.
You know what?
I love that.
I own 12 Five Guys. You know what I'm saying? You own 12?
And that.
So now we're doing a tour in Five Guys. I'm opening my own Five Guys of helping somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And it happens like that because I always tell people you're going to get rich off what you least expect.
Oh, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You could be the greatest singer, the greatest football player, but it could be tech that you get your money from. It could be merch that you make your everything from. It could be so many different things.
And that's pretty much been the story for even anybody in music. Everybody knows, like, all the great stories was it was the song I didn't like that blew up.
100%.
You know,
and there you go. You just got to know what you're doing and just implement that. Don't run from a situation. If it's not a money-making situation right away, don't go into it with a bad attitude. And if you're working and it's not working out in your best favor, just evaluate it.
So they get 15 minutes of tremendous fucking value because
link in my bio, you get a free 15-minute consultation from me. And we can discuss all those different tiers of things that we spoke about earlier that was in the podcast, with the marketing, with the festival.
I might change it up. Maybe I don't ask you about your budget right away. Not because I like that, but you know
it's
what?
It's all about packaging. It's all about packaging. You write an ebook. Now you're going to all the Barnes and Nobles through Florida doing a tour. You're performing an unplugged. You're filming the content. Now you're streaming while selling a book. Now you come back, you do volume 2. Nobody may discover you until volume 3, but why stop when it's kind of working for you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's definitely with the strategy, because you may not be making the money that you need to suffice this. So then you got to figure it out. And it's just sitting down with people that understand the business and probably been through whatever you're going through way before you, and just figure it out.
You got long-term vision.
Yeah, because I see who's winning as the long-term vision guys. That's who's winning this race. It's not the person that just drops one song and be like, oh man, I'm done with this. Or if you coming into the music business with that type of attitude, it's not gonna work for you. It's not, because it's this business is a tough business, my brother. And I work with my father and uncles, and it's even tougher for me because then it's family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's even tough because they're always gonna see you as little Abebe. They're not gonna see you as, this grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? They're always gonna see. But it's also positive working with your family, because somewhat they have your best interests. Not everybody, but some of them.
It's also the ability. That's the sweat equity that comes with, when you talk about a lot of these execs who have reached the level that they reach. A lot of them was interns.
1000%.
So you having that ability to be in the proximity of such a legendary band, you got to see the ins, the outs. You got to see the hardships.
I lifted equipment. I washed cars.
They had you carrying it?
I carried equipment. I set up. I got to know how to do it, to evaluate it, to know the worth of it when I'm speaking on the phone with passion to somebody who may be a promoter who don't care about sound and lights, but he has a big artist coming. He don't understand that if you got a sold out venue and the sound is terrible, everybody gonna want their money back. So you cannot not get away from these certain strategic points that you need to grow your business, and it all can work hand in hand. Book, music, podcast, studio time, voiceovers, festivals, vending. It's just so many different things. You go to Florida, like my dad's going to Havana, Florida, which is May 3rd, where he's doing it's called a Havana Reggae Fest. It's up in Quincy, Florida, way up there by Tallahassee.
Yeah, about actually.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just showing you, it's so many different places to do concerts. Then from there, he's going to Brazil for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about from Florida to Brazil. You see where reggae takes you? You know what I'm saying? And if you have a viable hit, you know what I'm saying? Like, Bad Boys gets played, I would say 10, 20 million times.
I miss Pops. I thought Pops was for the call in. But Pops is one of my favorites. Let me say, much like yourself, you guys embrace the future. And y'all embrace,
because
technology.
You never know what's coming next. And even before me, he saw vinyls turn into CDs, turn into streaming, turn into, he's seen every.
What was the machine? It was the
DAT tape. Before Pro Tools. You had ADATs. You had you had so many different things. You had the reel to reel that we still own.
Y'all got it.
Track digital machines. You got technology changed so much and so fast, especially in the music technologies area of recording music, of doing vocals. Now with the whole AI stuff, man, I'm definitely gonna enter the AI thing. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, me and Tyrone, we partnered up in certain aspects of podcasting promotion. Yeah. And also we're gonna do some stuff together, because I'm telling you, the AI, you can run
Ain't going.
It ain't going nowhere. The music AI, it ain't going nowhere. The vocal AI ain't going nowhere.
You better get
It's an amazing. I used to look for people to get me a what's the vocal? I'm saying like a reference vocal. I don't need that no more. I can reference vocal myself with AI, and just at least I can hear the record of how I want it to sound and send it to somebody. Be like, listen to this.
If you a producer like myself, everybody knows finding top liners. I come from that school. Getting a top liner, getting a vocalist to come in and sing these vocals. And when I can say that we live in a time, and I want to be careful because I love vocalists. I used to poach the church. I used to be out there and be like, they sing good. Come over here. You want to go to the studio? But we live in a time where as a producer, you can go and get a vocalist via AI to demo. And these are some of the things that we want to introduce to producers and songwriters, not to necessarily remove the human experience, but to scale your business and how you can now, if you have 100 songs, which you were able to do in 2 weeks or a week versus the hundreds of hours that it would have took to make 100 demos, this is how you scale your business. Because what our focus is about educating people on how to scale their business. Because if you're successful, then we all successful.
That's the deal. Doing it rightly in the Miami, South Florida market. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm affiliated with a lot of different upcoming things that we got going on. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, I mean,
we got a bunch of stuff going on, a bunch of things going on. But this is, episode 4. We here.
Episode 4.
It's all about sweat equity. We
Consistency.
ain't going nowhere. Consistency. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to try to put y'all up on game and show y'all the thing you need to be doing with your music career, with your marketing career, with your show, your festival, or your podcast. You know what I'm saying? Work with some people that got some good things going on that can help you with the motion that you already attracting. We're
going to do something extra. And we going to do this. This is going to be our good deed. We're going to put a link in the description. And you guys get to submit some questions, not all the questions. Mm-hmm. Your top 3 questions. Those who actually submit, we're going to go through. How you want to do it? Raffle style?
No, we'll just do it. Just go through it and answer them.
Okay.
I like hearing what the people want to hear because I like to be in touch with them.
Okay. So what you want to do? A 3?
Yeah, that 3
you gonna pick 3 people?
Yeah, we picked 3 people, and each of them got 3 questions.
Yeah, 3 people, 3 questions. Next episode, make sure you fill out, ask your questions. Send you. Obviously, we're gonna have you log in so we can get your email, and we're gonna shout you out, and we're gonna answer your questions. This is free consultation.
Yeah, free consultation
in real time now.
Yeah.
All right, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, and remember, go check out Abebe Lewis. Get that free 15 because I didn't know he was doing that. I was. My first question was, what's your budget?
You gotta evaluate first and see, because that person's value may not be in the money.
Right.
That person may know how to do something that's incredible. He may know how to code, know how to build, know how to do something that is of so much value to me. You know what I'm saying? That I need, that I can help him and with him or her in what they're doing.
No, you were playing like 3-dimensional chess. Then he was like, now he's gonna put me in touch with the franchise owner of Five Guys.
And that's how I'm telling you. Then I'm doing a Five Guys theme song. Five Guys, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like then the commercials there, and then then the kids in the commercial that originally hooked it up, and then now he got a deal. Now he got a tour. Now he got a festival. Now it works like that, but you just got to understand where you're going.
Yeah.
Like if you don't understand where you're going, you're going to be all over the place. You got to be like, okay, I'm going in this direction with this look. Okay, I'm the singer of a group. I'm going to make sure I'm going to help the band that I'm a singer of. I'm going to look good. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get up. I'm gonna look nice. I'm gonna add value to whatever you're doing. And once you have that thought process and you think like that, you always gonna win. There's no way you're not gonna win if you're not trying to get into a situation and add value. Get rid of your ego and add value. You know what I'm saying?
Get rid of your ego. Stop going to people and saying, "Give me," and say, "What can I do for you?"
Definitely.
And I bet you your life changed.
1000%.
Sweat Equity, episode 4.
Yeah, man. We there, man. We gonna give y'all some more. We gonna have 100 episodes.
Oh, we gonna have 1,000.
We have 1,000. So get ready, man. It's your boy Abebe Lewis, Sweat Equity.
Audio Jones.
Audio.
Tap in.